We got those 6x6s and 4x6s, the timbers for the porch, planed yesterday. Got them all down really nice. They're just beautiful. Next thing I'll have to do with those is to get some oil or finish or something like that and put on them to try to lock that color in and that finish in. But it was pouring down rain today. It's supposed to rain for the next couple days, so we're not going to be able to get anything done outside. Digging out my jointer, I'm not going to be able to do anything with it for a few days until the weather clears up again. But I want to get it out and get it cleaned up and ready to go. That's it in that box there. I made that box several years ago to keep the moisture out of it, keep it dry. I've got a little heater in there. It's like a light bulb, but it's a ceramic heater instead. Anyway, I had to move a whole bunch of junk out of the way to get to that. So that's cleaned up now. I can take that crate off of the jointer and get it out, see how bad a shape it's in. I haven't used it or had that out in the open for 3 or 4 years now, maybe longer than that, I don't know. I run into something while I was doing that. I got in there under some of the stuff and it was pretty nasty. It smelled pretty bad. Mice had made a nest in there underneath a bunch of stuff. So I just went over and got the mama cat and brought her over here and showed her the mouse nest. And so now she's on the hunt here. She's got 7 kittens there. They're just coming up on age now to give them away, and they're all picked out except for 2 of them are all given away. So we got another few days for those before they're ready to go to their new homes. But she's been doing a really good job taking care of them, and we found, I don't know, half a dozen voles over around the kittens that she's caught and brought in there. So she's doing a good job at that, but mainly she's just been hanging close around the kittens in the shop, which is good. That's what I got her for, but they kind of neglected the hanger here. So anyway, there was a nice mouse nest and it smelled pretty bad. Well, anyway, she's on the hunt here now, so hopefully she'll find some mice in here she can go show her babies. Well, the good news is it's nice and warm and dry inside that box. The bad news is the mice know how to find a nice warm dry spot. They've got a couple of big nests in there. We'll have to wait and see, because when they start peeing on stuff, that really causes a lot of rust to happen. So we'll see how that is when I get it out of there. These are the ceramic heaters, and they're been in there for a long time, and they're nice and warm. They heated that box up really nice. Got a ceramic base for them that they mount in, screwed down to a piece of plywood, and then I've got my magnet screwed into the bottom of the plywood so it just sticks onto the metal. That's not too bad. Well, when I first looked at that, I didn't think it was going to be too bad. But there's 2 spots on there they used as a toilet, and both of those spots, their droppings are all gummed up on there, and it's a mess there. One was over underneath the blade guard, and the other was out here on this end. There's also a nest in there underneath the back where the fence attaches, so I'm going to have to take that all apart. I don't see anything down underneath where the motor mounts and down underneath there, so that's good there. I'll probably take that adapter for the dust collector off there. I probably won't use it anyway. I'll take that off there so I can look up in there where the sawdust chute is. Yeah, that's disappointing. I guess I need to get mothballs or something to stick in there to kind of keep the mice away or something. I don't know. So that thing doesn't look too pretty, but I sprayed that down really good with the corrosion block, that heavy paraffin-based grease that stops corrosion, and it's all over everything in there. So most of it's going to clean up with some paint thinner. The only places that are really bad are where those mouse turds were, the mouse toilets were. Those are where it's really bad. I'm probably going to have to take that thing apart, clean it up, and I do have a new cutting head for that with spiral bits on it, the carbide individual bits to put in that. I know this thing needed to be sharpened, the blades on this needed to be sharpened because I'd done yellow cedar with it last. I'd done quite a bit of yellow cedar, and that's really hard on knife blades. So those need to be sharpened anyway, and this thing really needs a good cleanup and trying to get those mouse turds or mouse droppings and that rust off of there from the mice. So I think I'm going to go ahead and clean that up and put that new cutting head in there. I think it's a Silex cutting head. Like I said, there's going to be some more cleanup that needs to be done. That fence assembly is all crudded up too. That mouse nest was under there. That's the way it is right now. That thing would have stored pretty good if it hadn't been for the mice in there. And I don't remember, I don't know how long was the last time that I had that thing out and used it, but it's been a lot longer than I anticipated, a lot longer than I thought when I put it together. I thought I was just putting it in there for the winter and I'd be using it again right away, but that's not how I got it. It's probably 5 years, I guess, maybe more than that, because I don't know whether I had that out or not when I don't think I've had that out since I started rebuilding the airplane. And so that's been 5 years ago. Anyway, I'm happy the way that box and everything worked out, except for the mice.